my baby, and I like new silky sheets every night. He buys me fur and whiskey neat and keeps them coming every week. Ooh, he wants the suburbs where school's out for summer, and we live by his mother. I keep my drugs in the cupboard 'cause I'm only sweet when I'm high. 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 In class, I learned a lot. Two pretty boys to pass the time. 'Cause I got that good shit, American pride. Kiss the kids goodnight and take the Harley for a ride. Ooh, he wants the suburbs where school's up for summer, and we live by his mother. I keep my drugs in the cupboard 'cause I'm only sweet when I'm high. I'm only sweet when I'm high. I'm only sweet when I'm high.
The time is 7:39 p.m.
I'm only sweet when I'm high. I get so bored, scrub the floors, then get drunk while doing chores. Does he even know me? Ooh, I'm never sure when he'll be home. Get into trouble on my own. I don't get lonely. Ooh, he wants the suburbs where school's out for summer, and we live by his mother. I keep my drugs in the cupboard 'cause I'm only sweet when I'm high. 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 I'm only sweet when I'm high.
Yeah, I'm lost and numb, cold to the touch. I pretend like I don't remember your name. Every masterpiece turns to blasphemy. When I close my eyes, yeah, I still see your face. We were the thunder and the lightning, burning fire started from a spark. I would spend you just to watch you twirl. It was us against the world. You were the rain falling on my skin. Yeah, I was dying when you pulled me in. I was your rebel and you were my girl. It was us against the world. Yeah, I'm pale gray, all dust and fade. When I call for you, all I hear back is pain. Every song must end, even diamonds fade. When the darkness comes, I'll count up my mistakes. We were the thunder and the lightning, burning fire that started from a spark. I would spend you just to watch you twirl. It was us against the world. You were the rain falling on my skin. Yeah, I was dying when you pulled me in. I was your rebel and you were my girl. It was us against the world. We were the thunder and the lightning. I was your rebel and you were my girl. It was us against the world.
I was thinking that maybe when you get back, you could come with me. Fuck work, fall in love right now. Spend all our money. Jump with me. Jump with me. I've been feeling it buzzing in my fingertips. Wanna try you out. Get lost, get far away, and do what we wanna do now. Jump with me. Jump with me. Jump with me. Jump with And I know the odds are always stacked against us. Even though we're young and trying to da. Baby, don't get no. And I know da da. Ooh, 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 ooh,
7:51 p.m.
Let the shadows fade away.
Touching the shore and it's showing. But yeah, we keep going and going. But it's family forever. We've done it over and over. Will we ever reach the end? How do we get through the night? Do we have to fight? Awake ourselves to stop the winning night. Maybe we can redefine what it means to get in time. Now we take the chance to fight the fight we seek. We can make a getaway. Understand it's the end. Maybe we can break away. Here we stand. Run away before we surrender. Run away before we surrender. We can make a getaway. Understand it's the end. Maybe we can break away. Here we stand. Run away before we surrender. We can make a getaway. Understand it's the end. Maybe we can break away. Here we stand. Run away before we surrender. Run away before we surrender.
Welcome back, stop motion fans. This week's sponsor is Mark Bass, author of Secrets of Clay Animation Revealed 3. Secrets Revealed 3 is a book that explains the entire stop motion process from A to Z. If you want to learn how armatures, clay puppets, foam latex characters, sets and props are made, Secrets shows how you can do all of these things. Secrets also has interviews with veteran animators and fabricators Anthony Scott, Kathy Zung, Brad Schiff, Justin Rash, and Jeremy Spake. Find out more at www.stopmotionstore.com. All sales go towards keeping our weekly live shows, as well as animateclay.com free for everyone. Now back to our host, Mark Bass.
Alright, it's Mark, and we're gonna get started here. So let me get some stuff loaded up. Let's see, we need this. And where's my webcam? Let's see. Here we go. Okay, so I'm probably gonna have to move stuff around here. This is a little bit big. And let's see, let's move that over a bit. And then this, perhaps, let's make it bigger and put it here. There we go. Okay, so you guys can hopefully see my animation when I start. So anyway, welcome to the show. This is Mark's Best, and so we've been working on these replacement faces for our different characters. Last time we worked on some of the kid faces. Here we've got sad face, kind of surprised or concerned, and then neutral, and then a stretch and a squash. So here we have I've been I worked on some storyboards, and so the scene that I had to actually work on is going to be where the mother is sweeping in the house like this. Let's see if I can get that in focus. And then so the kids are playing here, and then one of them has their stomach growling, and the others look at him. And then the first little kid starts to cry on the left, and then the others see that, and then they all cry. And so there's going to be this crying cycle of sorts. And so I want to do this as simple as possible. And in order to do that, I was thinking that I would have a simple 3-head replacement system. So I've got this head over here just temporarily so I could focus on it. But these are going to be the 3 heads that I work with. So 1, 2, 3. All right, so start here. So how are we going to do this? I want to make the heads all look forward. So I'm probably going to just erase these features, and then so the question is, how will they actually look? You know, how will I actually make them? Excuse me. So I'm thinking like the first head will be. See, I want them all to have their mouths kind of up. Thinking maybe like a frown, and then opened, and then maybe one that's kind of higher. So actually I think maybe I'll kind of make each head elongated slightly to accent the mouth being opened and like stretching upward. So I'll have the third head be the tallest, and that will be with the mouth opened the widest. So I don't know if you guys can actually see that. Just kind of sketched out what I thought might work. And the real test of this will be when we animate it. And so I think I mentioned last time that what I want to do is, oops, lost an eyebrow. Actually, you know, I forgot. I kind of need to put eyebrows on all these mother heads, don't I? Definitely need to do that before I animate them. But anyway, let's just get into this. Let's take our little clay face and erase the features. The same with this one. So tonight I'm working on a digital sculpture of Linda Carter for a client, and they want me to 3D print it full scale and smooth it out and cast it for them. They're gonna make like my customer or my client is gonna make an outfit that is a replica of, you know, that Linda would have actually worn as Wonder Woman, and it seems pretty cool. So I'm almost done with the sculpting part of it, And my client and I were talking before the show for a while, trying to just, make sure everything was looking good. And he's really happy with it, which is cool. So I told him I'm going to wait one more day just to kind of sit on it and see if I missed any features that I had to sculpt on the digital sculpture. And so anyway, I didn't have enough time to make more castings. I was thinking I could have made a few more of these kid heads because I had to make some of them like looking the opposite direction of what you see here, but then I had to actually mold it and cast it, and I didn't have enough time to do that today. So probably after I sculpt these, I won't have much left to do for the show, so I'll probably end the show, but we'll see how long it takes. My day's pretty good, Lego nerd. Got a lot of work done, I guess. Lots of work done today. I had to, I'll tell you about my day. So, we have our online store, and a lot of stuff on there. If it gets old and outdated, they constantly update the software. So, the software that the store uses is ZenCart, and so I had to try and fix that because part of the site was not working when I tried to update to a later version of PHP. So I would update the site or update the server to use a later version of PHP, and the site would crash. I wasn't sure how to fix it, so I went to their webpage and or the forums, for help. And that took a lot of time, and I had to update the whole entire web page. Like all the files had to be replaced, and so I did that, and I sculpted, trying to empty a pool out in our backyard. We have a small swimming pool. It's like a maybe 6 foot around in diameter or so, 6 or 7 feet. I would say maybe like 6 feet. And so I filled it up about maybe a week and a half ago, and so the water is getting kind of old. And so even though I put like chlorine and stuff in there, like chlorine bleach, it was getting slimy inside. So trying to clean it out. So have like a little siphon going. It's like just a small green tube that I have going from the inside to the outside. A little stream of water. And so I took like a broom handle and like pushed the side down. Got as much water out as I could, and then I put that siphon back in there, and it's still draining. It's going to take probably all night. No, I do the store all by myself. I don't have any help. Same with animateclay.com. I don't, well, I guess Mr. Force helps me because he's a moderator, so he kind of helps let me know like when spammers are on the site. But, oh cool, you got a pool also? That's fun. It's good for this time of year. I mean, unless you're in like Australia where it's, winter time. Alright, so let me see here. I got these 3 heads, and I think this one would be this way. Let's see here. So how big is your pool? We didn't buy anything really super big. Our backyard is kind of slanted, like just like the side of a hill, basically. And so you can't really put a pool back there. So we put it on our little concrete porch in the back. All right, so now I'm gonna I'm just going to test out these heads, these replacement faces, and I'm going to put this here. I'm going to snap a picture. So I don't have any features or anything on here. I don't want the features yet. I just want to make sure that the size is okay. This one might need to be bigger. I think that this is the same size as the other one, but let's find out. And if it is, yep, it's almost exactly the same. So I want this one to be tall, or taller. So I'm going to add some more clay to the top portion of it, just to make it a little bit longer. So yours, you say, is like a sitting pool and 5 people can go in. That's cool, yep. It's probably similar to ours. You could probably get about 5 people in there. 4 or 5. Ours is maybe, I don't know, how tall is it? You can kind of sit down in it, and the water is about up to your neck. You know, like just under your chin. I mean, if you're a little kid or really short, maybe up to your mouth. If you're tall, obviously it would be kind of, you know, upper chest. My son is gonna be, well, he's eight and a half right now, so he really enjoys it. I realized I'm not sculpting on my camera here. I should be sculpting it on the camera for you guys. What am I thinking? Alright, so let me put this back in here. Let's see how much taller that is, if it is much taller. That's probably pretty good. I'm thinking yeah, has to be a little bit taller still. Just a little bit. So 6 by 20 or 5 by 10. Oh, okay. So it's not round. That's neat. Yeah, ours is just round. And the top part has like a sort of inflatable ring, and you fill it up with the air, and as you fill up the pool, the sides are just made out of like a thick rubber. And so when water goes in there, the top part floats and it slowly kind of rises up. And as it's rising, you adjust the bottom, and so when it's like it's got like wrinkles and stuff and little folds in the rubber on the bottom. So as it's being filled up, actually I'm gonna check on my son really quick. I will be right back. So I gave my son this roll of tape. I don't know what he was taping up downstairs. I don't really want tape on everything, so stealing it back for now. Alright, so There's a little bit of dirt on this, so I'm going to scrape it off. Make it clean. Oh, it's a rectangle. Okay. That's cool. So what did you guys think of that intro that I played on this episode? The robotic woman voice. Yep, we've got 3 cats. We've got one which was my mother's. She passed away in 2014, so we've got, he's a old cat. He's, how many years old now? Probably like 13 or 14, something like that. And so then I've got my cat, which is black, named Zach, and he's a scaredy cat. So he has a special diet because nervous cats tend to get this bladder issue, and like they get these little crystals in their bladder, which I never understood until it happened. I didn't know this was an actual thing, but so nervous cats get these little crystals, and you got to give them special food so those crystals don't form. So he's got like a special diet. He's a really cool cat. He's really playful. And my mom's cat that we have, I've taught him to touch doorknobs if he wants to go out of a room. Like if there's a room where the door is closed. So he knows a trick. And then also the third cat we have, when my mother was sick, we took in as a kitten because we thought it would kind of cheer her up when she was really ill. And so his name is Tiny. He's a full-grown cat now, but he's not very big. He never grew up. Like it's almost like we named him Tiny and he stayed tiny. It's really weird. But I taught him also to touch doorknobs if he wants to get through a room, and he's really smart. And he likes to try to sneak out all the time, which is not nice. But oops, a little hair on this thing here. There we go. This is kind of dirty. So 3 cats. Yep. So what about you? Oh, Lego Nerd says I have a pure German Shepherd and a cat. Cool. Did they get along pretty good? Or does the cat like totally dominate your German Shepherd? Alright, let's see how this looks here. I'm going to turn this around here. So Lego Nerd says my dog is named Abby and my cat's name is Maggie, and they're both girls. No, not at all? Really? That's neat. So they all get along, I take it. Or do they? Oops, let me move this back. This is probably going to be pretty good, I think. All right. So, got our 3 heads. Yeah, sometimes we watch, my sister has 2 dogs, and they'll bring them over if they go on vacation or anything like that, and we watch them. And the one dog, the puppy, is afraid of our cats, and the older dog isn't afraid at all. No, I take that back. There was one time that the older dog, which is a collie, was actually afraid of of Tiny. Tiny ran up the stairs, and the older collie dog was at the top of the stairs, and they, like, their noses met, and Tiny didn't back down or anything, and the older dog was kind of freaked out by that. So I don't know. It's kind of a weird relationship, I guess. It's kind of fun to watch animals react to each other. Yeah, my son loves Legos. Legos are kind of like his life, actually. He's got a lot of the Star Wars sets. He loves the Star Wars ones. And he has a Lego Titanic. We went to there's a Titanic museum here in Branson, Missouri, which isn't very far from where we live. And actually, I'm gonna use a different tool for this. So he bought it, and it's maybe about 6 inches long or so. So he's got one of those. All kinds of stuff. I mean, that's the one type of toy that he thinks is the best in the world. That and the Xbox that we bought him. That's like, between Legos and the Xbox, that's his favorite stuff. Alright, so now I've got a mouth on this. So Janet says, some time ago I was have a little chicken in a box, and when he grew up I gave my mom's friend who has a farm. Oh, okay. So you raised a chicken. That's pretty cool. My wife came from the Philippines, and I've visited her family over there a few times, and one of the things that they do in the Philippines is they had these chicken fights all the time. Roosters, they put like little razor blades on their ankles. It's really crazy. And but one of the things that they do is they'll take these little chicks that are just hatched, and they'll take food coloring and they'll kind of dip them in food coloring. So they'll make these little chicks like pink and yellow and pastel blue and stuff. And little kids will buy them and raise them. And there's a lot of places there that they sell, let's see here. They sell like chicken feed and stuff. It's really a popular pastime for them because there's not much to do in some places. So the food is really plentiful to find, for them, like this, like corn and other stuff. So Lego Nerd says, cool, I have lots of Legos, and I recently got the classic Volkswagen camper van set. Ah, that's cool. Sometimes they have them cheap at Walmart, I've found. Sometimes they'll have little sales. And you can find them on eBay too. You can buy like little just parts. If you want to build something, let's say like a space colony or something like that, you can go on eBay and they actually sell the individual parts from sets. Some people. And one time I bought a bunch of stuff off there and it was, I actually wanted to have like a Lego section for animateclay.com, so I bought these different characters and some different pieces and took pictures and stuff like that. I took photos for the site just to kind of promote Legos and everything. Because I mean, it's really popular for stop motion animators to use Legos, and I thought that'd be kind of fun. And so after a few years, my son got old enough, and I ended up giving him all my Legos. He's like, "Daddy, can I have these, please? I want those Legos, please." So I'm like, okay. And we took him to the Lego Museum last, it's been, how long ago was that? A few months ago. In Kansas City, Missouri, they have a Lego museum. And you can, like, build stuff in there, and it's kind of fun. Okay, so this mouth. Hopefully it will look good. Such a small little face that I hope it'll look nice. So I'm going to test these in a minute. So the third face is going to have the biggest mouth. And let me look at my original drawing here. So there's my original sketches. I've got little eyeballs on top, little closed eyelids. So I kind of changed that a bit. I didn't stick to that plan. Alright, so I'm just kind of like sketching this out here, and I'm going to delete all my frames here. Delete.
Frame deleted.
And delete.
Frame deleted.
And this is my live shot. So let's put these mouths back in here and see what this looks like. So here's the first mouth with just the mouth. Yeah, that's cool. So it's cool that you collect Legos, Leonard. And Marvel's Portal Productions, welcome to the show. So let's put this mouth position in here, see what this looks like. Oops, wrong direction. This one here just has like a line, an outline of where I would maybe put the mouth. So I'm going to see roughly what this looks like before I commit to sculpting it, because I don't want to get too into it before I know what it looks like. See, I don't really like that. I think that I need to make that line lower.
Frame deleted.
So instead of having it like this, have like a frown. See, so well, thanks, Marvel. I use Dragon Frame, and then this is a free program that you see here on the screen called Heron Animation. Heron is good just for, you know, like testing stuff like this. It's really limited, but it works. So if it works, it works. So now I'm going to hollow this mouth out. And when I'm done with doing this and testing it, I will be painting the inside of these mouths black. And I'm thinking that what will really sell this will be when I have the little tears kind of randomly shooting out as they cry. So I'll make like little clay teardrops, just sort of wisping out, you know, outwards towards the top part of the face. Oops. Alright, so I'm going to use my brush just to get in here and smooth all this. Yep, it's Heron Animation, and it is free. So would you guys like to hear my robot assistant? Let's see. So Alexa, ask Good Vibe about herself.
Hello everyone, I'm Mark's new robo co-host Good Vibe. I'm here to assist him in teaching and promoting the amazing art of stop-motion animation. I am a huge fan of stop-motion, especially the works of Aardman and Leica Studios. Don't tell anyone, but I find Ray Harryhausen very sexy. I'm still learning about how stop-motion is created, but I hope to improve my abilities over time. My goal is to eventually help answer questions by viewers as they come up in the live chat.
So, yeah, I'm programming Alexa to actually reply to, you know, questions and stuff.
To whom?
To people.
I couldn't find a contact matching people. To see your contacts, go to the Alexa app.
Hey Alexa, you're kind of stupid.
Sorry, thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, you're welcome. So anyway, it's pretty fun. Kind of fun to mess with. She uses some artificial intelligence. I mean, you guys can go on Amazon and you can get the, you know, the different versions. For the cheapest is $50. But there's like skill sets that you can program in, which that's you know, I don't know if I'm going to really use it much, but for my intros and outros to the show, it's it should be at least a little bit helpful. Okay, so let me put this back in. See what this looks like. And I think that's too low. Darn it. Such a small piece of clay. So Alexa, who is Ray Harryhausen?
Raymond Frederick Ray Harryhausen was an American-British artist, designer, visual effects creator, writer, and producer who created a form of stop-motion model animation known as dynamation.
Alright, pretty cool. So yeah, you can ask her questions and everything. It's kind of crazy that that it actually can recognize your voice so well. All right, so here are our 3 replacement mouths. Kind of looks like a tadpole or something gulping for air. So this would be the cycle for their faces. Now, when I add the black, I think that's going to make a big difference to how these look. Just got to make sure I have a nice rough or sharp edge defining that the lips a little bit. And I think maybe a little bit of a detail underneath here, under this lip. Give it some more definition. And I've got that on this lip already, so that's okay. Okay, and then I'm going to, I've got, this is just a blank CD kind of a protector what you get with those, those little containers of blank CDs. It's like a little plastic acrylic kind of thing. Don't know what they call them, but I'll use that to put my acrylic paint on, just a drop. Unless I have an accident. Darn it. So you want to know, so Alexa, what is the population of the United States?
The population of the United States is about 324 million.
There you go. Sorry, Marble. Well, somebody else was complaining about the live chat not working last time as well for them. I guess maybe you kind of need a fast internet connection to watch live shows. So sorry for that. I don't know. I wish there was something that I could do on my side to help people. So if you can still hear me, I would just suggest maybe watching the recording later. All right, so acrylic black paints like this are okay to use on oil-based clays. It'll stick to the clay and only, you know, like scraping it with some kind of a tool after it's dry will get it off off the clay. So if you want to reuse your clay, you really can't. I mean, you can scrape it off, but the clay will be pretty dirty. You know, there's no way to really, you gotta like maybe like cut it off with a knife or something. So you're gonna waste some clay doing this but I mean, it's just a small piece of clay, so I'm not really, you know, worried about reusing the clay or anything for something else. But one thing that I usually do, like if I were to screw one of these up, let's say I'm animating and I drop it on the floor and step on it and, you know, it's all scrunched, I could reuse this clay underneath, like on top of an armature, and then cover that with good clay. So you can always recycle it in a way, clay. It's kind of a good thing to do. Because when you have fresh, clean clay, you can use that. And you don't need to use as much if you use scrappy clay underneath your puppets. If you make a traditional puppet, you know, one that's not flat like this. Yep, I think this is going to be pretty good. So I'm going to clean my brush a bit. And so the final test will be so here's the plan. Let me delete the frames that I took. And I hope that Heron does not
Frame deleted.
freak out when I
Frame
do this,
deleted.
because the last time I think I did this when I was
Frame
deleting
deleted.
frames, it was kind of buggy. So you can see the paint's still wet, so it's kind of shiny in spots and it's flat in others, but let me move this over. Alright, so all the three babies will be side by side like this, right? So let's take a frame. And then we're going to move these over like this. So I'll line this one up with that. This one gets lined up over here. Let me use a tool. Let's see. See if I can flip back and forth here. So this one needs to be down just a little bit. All right, let's take a frame. Brain deleted. And let me put this on onion skin. The same thing. So you guys see what I'm doing here? I mean, just moving each mouth back and forth. This and that. And all right, take another frame. And let me see, is that yeah, so if I play this back, it should be. Let's do it at how many frames per second should I do it? Oh, this thing is so temperamental. If my mouse hovers over the little arrows, it won't let me change the number. Alright, let's see what happens here. Let's put it on a loop. Alright, so 2 frames per second is, and I don't want that live frame. What is that live frame doing there? There we go. So let's change it to 8 frames per second. Yeah, there, no. So I'm not sure why it's playing the live frame. I don't want the live frame. There we go. So that's kind of what the cycle will look like. But unfortunately, it's yeah, pretty simple. So one face behind desk camera. Yeah, so one face is being reused for all heads, all the baby's heads. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Here. Can you see it now? I can probably turn this off here. Let me do this and move this here. So if you can imagine, this will be the cycle, and then I'll have like the little tears kind of shooting out. And the other thing is that it seems like it's playing. Is that right? I almost want to have a 4th one in there. Yeah, but I think that's probably about how it's going to have to be. Once I have, because I'll have like the little tears shooting out, and I'll have also, let's try it at like 12 frames per second. Like wah, 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 wah. And yeah, I'll have to hire somebody or get somebody to do some baby crying voices or something too. All right, well anyways, I guess that does conclude our show. So let me see if I can get Alexa to ask Good Vibe about end show. All right, that didn't work. Let me try again.
Thanks everyone for stopping by. This concludes our live show. We broadcast every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central. If you liked this week's broadcast, give us a like, or subscribe to our channel for updates. Don't forget that every 5 weeks we have our popular stop-motion challenges, so don't delay. You can learn more at animateclay.com. See you next time, and happy animating.
See you later, everybody.